Hi guys, just want to go through my indicator that I've designed. Been doing it over the last 8 or 9 months. Just get some out of the way. This is not financial advice. This is only education only, okay, on how my indicator works. Take it as it is. Like I said, this is it only helps you enter the charts. It's just an extra aid. It's not basically you're going to win every time, far from it, okay, but if you follow the steps and follow the process, it can do quite well, okay. So you still have to watch the markets. Instead of watching the market all day and all the charts all day, the indicator will identify supply and demand zones, okay, and then it will alert you on possible setups. So your job is basically to follow the process and remain disciplined. If you do that, it can be quite pretty damn good. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through my indicator and show you how it works. But like I said, you still need to follow certain process and eliminate certain things. It's an extra add-on to your indicator, to your charts or how you trade. Gives you that possible entry. Okay, so it's an extra. So have a look, see what you think. Any questions, get back to me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. Okay guys, how you doing? So I'm going to do a quick video on my indicator. Just let you know, just get this out of the way. This is not financial advice. This is only educational. This is showing how my indicator works and how to use it. First thing I do is a couple of things. I'm going to show you the alarm for when we set the alarms, and I'm going to do this now because of the replay I can't show you the alarm. Also I'm going to show you can set the risk reward. Now I like it at 3 to 1. When you download the indicator or put the indicator on your chart, it may be set at 1.5 or 2. You can change it, and I'll show you how to do that now. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the alarm itself. Easy enough. Once you've added the alarm onto your charts, okay, the alarms will be on it. So all you do is click here where it says alarm. Okay, when it says price, all you need to do is click down to mine, okay, which is DAS EMA dots. Okay, just click on that and it will say all alerts, okay, function call. Have it on that, make sure it's on the 15-minute, okay, and then just press create. That's it, done. Okay, it's simple. That's all you need. Right, next one. Okay, so we need to go on to, once you put it on here, you'll have your indicator on here, which would be my one, but DAS SMD EMA dots. Just click on the little where it says settings, click on that, scroll down, okay, and it will say risk to reward. Just change that to 3, okay, if it's not already done. It should be done, but sometimes I've been told it might not, so just depending on what version you've got, just change that to 3. Easy enough. All you need to do is click down this like this, okay, and it'll just tell you, just change that to 3, press OK. Okay, just make sure I got that back to 3 again. Risk reward 3. Yeah, now there is other settings here, just leave them alone, don't need to touch them. Okay, perfect. Right, okay, once we got that out of the way, now we're going to go through the actual alarm itself. Okay, I'll put an alarm on. What I need you to do is pick the pairs that you want to trade. It doesn't have to be all of them, depending on how many you can do on your trading view. Just pick maybe 10, and just for now, and then get used to it. Okay, so first thing first, okay, you set the alarms on the pairs you want to do. Okay, once you've done that, you basically just leave the chart alone and go on your normal day. You don't need to sit and watch the charts. Okay, all you need to do is basically leave, do your normal thing. Just a point to know, the indicator, right, signals a candle that will close above the 55 EMA. Okay, the 55 EMA is this one here. Okay, that's the 55 EMA on the indicator itself, and it will close above, okay, like here, okay, for a buy, and below for a sell. And I'm going to show you this one maybe later if I remember why this one did not work. Okay, and I'll show you why. All right, but we'll come back to the chart itself. Okay, so we set the alarms and we go. Happy days. I'll personally like to see a good strong candle or push away like that above it, okay, like this candle here. All right, now if you drop down to the 1 hour, okay, as you can see, a big push away from the zone, but I'll go through that in a minute again anyway, and what you check. Okay, anyway, okay, so we've set the alarms, and then we crack on. Stage 2, when the alarm goes off, what do we do? Well, when the alarm goes off, we come back to the chart and we check a couple of things. First thing we need to do, okay, I remember where 2 seconds. Okay, we need to confirm the setup. Okay, now there's a couple of things I like to set up. We need to know if the 4 hour and the 1 hour is moving in some direction. Higher time frame is key in this process. So, okay, so we've come to the charts here. Okay, and then I'm going to put the alarm off now. So, next stage. Right, okay, so the alarm goes off. We don't do nothing. Okay, we don't do nothing at all. All we do now is we go, right, okay, we need to confirm these things. The 4 hour and the 1 hour is same direction. Okay, so we do is go to the 1 hour. Now, you cut away if you want to do it. I always go back to the last high and lows. So you've got a low here, then you've got a high here, a low, high, okay, high, low, okay, high, then a low, then a high, then a low. Okay, we don't just jump in, like I said, we do that. So to me, like, it's breaking previous highs here and going up, come back down, but now I need to see if it's going to break this high. So at the moment, it's in the right direction. To me, on the 4 hour, sorry, wrong, on the 1 hour, it's trending up. If you look on the overall, right, right, you could say it's going up, back down, back up, back down, back up, dropped a little bit below here, but then it didn't go below here. So to me, that is trending back up again, as long as it doesn't come back here. So overall, the 4 hour, that's trending up. Okay, you just have to work out yourself. There is indicators you can do that, but I like to work out yourself. For me, this is trending up. Yes, it pulled back low here, but this is for me, that's just an internal. Okay, it hasn't broke this low here or this low here yet. So if it broke these, then yeah, I wouldn't be looking for buys, I'd be looking for sells. But at the moment, I'm still looking for buys as long as it clicks across there. Hope that makes sense. And then you're looking for a good 1 hour support resistance level. They've been printed. Now this is printed by the indicator. As you can see here, okay, this, take this off. This is a good, okay, supply and demand. Okay, this is good supply and demand, and look, it's pushed off it. It's pushed off here, back down. It's pushed off here. It's give you a good candle. Okay, good candle there, good candle breaking structure there, and a good candle there, and left a bit of a gap here. Okay, for it to come back maybe. Okay. So sort of rushed ahead a little bit there. So yeah, it had a good support resistance printed on the 1 hour, because if you're on the 15 minute, okay, as there, it has still got it there, but you always check the 1 hour because you want the 1 hour support resistance, and this is a 1 hour support. Then it would be the candle, which I've already explained already. Okay, and then you want a good push off, maybe leaving a fair value gap if possible. If you look here, it did leave a little fair value gap, and I'll just put it out there. It did leave a small fair value gap there. Okay, so we jump back. Once we've done that, okay, we then set another alarm. Okay, right, we don't jump in for break a structure. Now I can't go on it. All you need to do is, if you just come here on the right hand side, you just press that little button there. Look, it says cross. It will then put a line across. Okay, but I'll just do the line as I would, because I can't do it on replay mode. So basically it would be, when you click that, there'll be a little line to go across there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Just take this little line off there so it doesn't make sense. Almost done that again. Okay, I'm going to change the colour of that alarm, okay, to a red. Okay, and then what I can do is I just put on it breaker structure. Okay, so we don't get in now. We want to see this alarm go off and then a pull back down. Okay. So basically, if everything checks out on stage 1 and 2, okay, we wait for a breaker structure. We can do that, like I said before. We just put a bit of an alarm on, basically put a line across. This is an alert above the last high and low. So this is, to me, is the last high, and we're looking for a buy, okay, because we know it's trending up because we've already checked the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So we're looking for this to put. So we want this to tell us what. We want the chart to tell us. We don't want to tell it what to do because it's never going to happen. So you have to let it tell us. So we want it to push back up here. So what we're looking for, okay, we're looking for this break, push back down, and then push back up. Now you could have just got back in this, okay, in here. You could have, and it could have gone up, but then pushed back down and broke, and then breakers. Or it could just go up a little bit, right? Touch this flat line, the 55 EMA, then drop. So this will save a lot of losses as well. Okay. So what we want to see is breaker stop and a retest. Okay. Price goes straight up. It could work, and it might not. You'll see what I mean when you start trading this. You'll see it sometimes just basically does a small little candle above it, plays around a little bit, and then just drops, and then you're out, stomped out straight away. Or it will take your stop loss out, and then go off, and then it will come back slightly and then go off. So wait for that breaker structure first. That's key. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to play this now. Okay, and we wait for breaker structure. Now we've got breaker structure. Now all we do, right, just pretend this was not here. All we do now, okay, if I jump back to the 15 minute, okay, because this is what we trade on. Okay, we've got the breaker structure, right, which is on here. The alarm went off, and all we're doing now is where my little indicator is blue, because we're looking for blue for buy, we just come in and we just put a pending in on that line. Now this indicator prints the stop loss here, the entry point, and the take profit. But we don't get in straight away. Like I said, we wait for the breaker structure. We want this to tell us what to do. As it's telling us what to do now, we're going to get in. Okay. Now it could just come straight down and just take us out and then go through. But to me, this is breaker structure on the 15 minute and breaker structure on the 1 hour. Look. Okay, it's telling us what it wants to do. Yes, it could just go straight up, take profit, and go back down, and you could have just got in there straight away. But like I said, we want it to tell us what to do. So let's play this now. Okay, as you see, it didn't take profit, and it's come back down. Now we'll be drawdown still, and it could just come straight back down whack. Now, after you see the fair value gap there on the 15 minute and the 1 hour, yeah. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, it's playing around a little bit. Okay, playing around a little bit of consolidation on the 15 minute, and then so you could take profit here if you wanted to. Look at that. Look, I'm going to pause that now. Look, if I drag this line across, look at that, 50% of the fair value gap on the 15 minutes straight 1 hour. If I just put the 1 hour on it, there's 50% of that fair value gap on the 1 hour. Yeah. But we don't put it, we put it onto the entry. We don't put it in, we just let it go to entry, okay? And then it's tapped it in. Okay, yes, it's playing around a little bit. Breaking structure again to the upside, and then it goes up and takes profit. Okay, so when it tapped in, it only took a day and a bit to take profit. So it tapped in on the 11th at 6 in the morning, and then so just over a day, M1. Okay, so you could have been waiting, but patience. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just go recap. Okay, so let's go recap now. Yeah, so we set the alarm for the 15-minute. Okay, as I did there, which I showed you already. Stage 2 would be if the alarm goes off, we confirm the setup. Okay, now we confirm the setup by 3 things. Okay, we wait for we confirm the 4 hour and the 1 hour is the same direction. We make sure that the price is good on the 1 hour support resistance. We check the 15-minute and the 1 hour. Make sure it's a good print, which then it prints it off for you anyway. We also wait for a strong 15-minute push away. Now, ideal as well, 1 hour will be good, but 15-minute, as you can see, the 1 hour, yeah. So it did push away there, and it did push away there. Okay, so you've got a good candles there, push away, and then you want it to leave a fair value gap if possible. It doesn't necessarily have to, but it's a bonus, and that did as well, and it taps straight into it. Okay. Once it does that, we then set an alarm for the breaker structure for the 1 hour or 15-minute. 15 minutes fine, 1 hour is even better, but that was on the 15-minute 1 hour, it broke it. And then once it breaks, we then wait for a retest on the support area, which is the indicators already give you the entry, the take profit, and the stop loss. So you just enter on that. Now again, you can change it again to if you want to do 2 to 1s, half one, 2 to 1s, or 1.5 to 1s on the indicator, like I showed you here on the settings. Yeah. So you could do. You can't. I can't do it now at the moment. I can actually. Yeah, you can just change it here. Where is it? There you go. There. So easy. If you want to change it, it's up to yourself. I'm suggesting 3 to 1s because it's just the way that I think this indicator is good to do 3 to 1s. And over time, I've checked it, and you get more better trades. You can get 2 to 1s, but then get 2 losses, and then over a time, I think 3 to 1s is good. But like you said, check it yourself. That's fine. Yeah, so we set it for that, and then it came down. We set pending. So we've done the breaker structure, then we got to the pending, and then like I said, it prints it. The indicator prints it. Stop entry, stop loss, and take profit. Enter on that or the pending. Wait for it to hit, and then wait out. Patience. Okay. That's just quite simple. I'm going to do a few I'll do a couple of these trades just to show you. Okay, give us 2 seconds. Okay, so you set your alarm on the 15-minute. Okay, and the alarm's gone off. Okay, so you want to see if you can. Okay, it's touched it just there. I like a bit more, but that's fine. It's over it slightly, so you're happy with that. Okay, next one. Okay, we need to check the 4 hour and the 1 hour is moving the side direction. Okay, so we just click to the 1 hour. Now, I like to only go back like the last 3 or 4 highs. You could go back here and it is trending up, but now it's trending back down again to me. So you've got up, didn't break this high, didn't really break this low here, but pressed up, didn't break this high, pushed back down, broke these lows. Broke here, didn't break this high, pushed back down, didn't break this low, but sort of in equal lows, and then here. Okay, so if we look to the 4 hour, okay, broke. So to me, that is trending down. Okay, like a step ladder. I'm happy with that. So we go back to the 15-minute. Oh, sorry, we need to check the 1 hour support. Okay, as you can see, it's got the 1 hour support there. Sorry, resistance, 1 hour resistance. We'll go for a sell. Okay, so what do we do now? We need to set an alarm on it. Now, I would probably go with this one here. Okay, breaker structure there. We set an alarm there. Okay, breaker structure. Okay, and then we just play it and wait. Okay, as you've got the breaker structure, now we need it to set a pending. Okay, we set a pending, and all we do now is basically set a short, As I said before, the indicator gives you the entry, it also gives you the stop loss, and it also gives you the take profit. And all we do then is set and wait. Okay, set the pending and wait away. If it taps it, it taps it. Doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, as you can see, it's tapped it now, and then it starts playing a little bit, pushed up. Okay, and then it's dropping, 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 and playing around a little bit again. And dropped, take profit. Yeah, that did take a few days. So when we got in here on the Friday the 24th. We took Wednesday 29th. So yeah, okay. Anyway, again, another one here. We'll just play this one, see how it is. So alarm's gone off. Now I would like to see a breaker structure there. Right, and then see what happens here. I can't remember this one, to be honest. Okay, let's see what happens. No. So that saved us a loss, because we go back here. Right? Even it's trending down, because this one was trending down. Okay, you would have come down and waited for breaker structure. Entry would have been there, stop loss would have been there, and take profit would have been there. But it hasn't broke structure yet. And it's just basically saved us a loss there. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's not bad, is it? Not bad little indicator, to be fair. Just basically play around with it. That's what you think. I'll just find you a couple more more trades. 2 seconds. Okay, got one here. I put this one on myself anyway. So basically, the alarm went off. It didn't do any. It broke, like I said, it broke that good candle above it. But we're waiting for a breaker structure now. So if you check, so when the alarm went off, okay, we're looking for the 4 hour, 1 hour trend in the same direction. So we quick check of the 1 hour. As you can see, it's trending down. I'm happy with that. 4 hour. As you can see, it's trending down. I'm happy with that. So we jump back to the 15-minute. Okay, so what's wrong? So we then go make sure the support, it's got a good support there. Okay, there's a few supports, so it could push back up in that, but with the indicator going there, so we're going to trust what the indicator says. Then we're also going to wait for a good push away from that. So if I jump back to the 15-minute, okay, we got a good push away here, and then we got a good push away here. It did break this here, so it did push away. That's fine. It did push away from here. It didn't break the low here, well, it sort of did, but this candle's a good push away, so I'm happy with that. We want to, did it create a fair value gap? Not really, but we'll trust in the impulse. Fair value gap would be ideal, but we just trust the process. Now we just set alarm for the breaker structure, okay, and then we wait for breaker structure. So let's go. Okay, now we've got breaker structure. As soon as you've got the breaker structure, right, I'd be putting on, okay, there, I'll be putting that trade on now. Okay, and we're waiting for it. Now it could just turn and go back up because it's got more resistance up here. Okay, so we had the resistance. I'm not sure if I said support, and apologies if I did, but I meant resistance. Now good resistance here, and a good resistance here and here, so it could just push up, take it, and then come back down again. It would be ideal that there, but we've got breaker structure here, the last low, so I'm happy with breaker structure last low. So now we play it. Basically, the trade's on because we've put the entry there, printed off for us, the indicator prints off for us, print off stop loss and prints off the take profit. So now we entered, we'll wait for a pendant to set the pendant, and we'll wait for the trade to enter. As we see, entered. Okay, playing around a little bit, and it's breaking more structure, pushing back down, pushing back down, pushing back down. Okay, pushing back down. It's trying to, as you can see, it's just bing, 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 bing. And we got into the trade there, we won. Okay, we won it there anyway, technically. Okay, so I'm going to show another one, as we got one here. Okay, again, right, I'm going to just basically say you came to the chart here, right, and you had that alarm there. You could just go, okay, we know it's trending down because we just checked. We know it's the 1 hour, 1 hour. We know it's 4 hour, 1 hour's all trending because we've already done this one. We know it's a good well, we checked the support on the 1 hour. Is it support on the 1 hour? Yes, the good support on the 1 hour there. Not a massive support, but it'll do. Okay. The 4 hour we know all trending already. We were happy with that. So back to the 15-minute. Okay. We wait for breaker structure. As you can see, it's already broke structure. There, break your structure there. Happy days. We now pull back in. Because of we came to the chart here, it still hasn't touched there. Okay, well we can say, do you know what? We might have missed this, but we'll set it anyway. So we'll set it there. We're going to go to the take profit, the stop loss at the back there as he gives us, and then we're going to put this on and go what it says all the way there. And we're going to have a look and see what happens. Right? If it wins, it wins. It loses, it loses. And then we're going to press play. Right, we're tapped in there. Don't know why I got that on there. I'm not sure. Let's pick that one. Oh, tap us out. So doesn't always win. Okay, doesn't always win. Again, there's other ones. I'll show you now why I would put this one on, but we know it's trending down. So, but why would you put a bed buy on? You wouldn't do it. But that gives it there. We lost one of them things. Doesn't always win. Okay, guys, it doesn't always. It's probability. Here, this is why I wouldn't have put this one on. Okay, so we receive alarm there, and you decide to put it on even though it's going against the trend because we know it's trending down, okay, and it's on both 1 hour and 4 hours, so we know it's trending down, but you decide to go along with it. But we still need to see breaker structure there. Okay, let's have a look. Doesn't break structure, so we leave the trade. That's it, simple. All right, how easy is that? This gives out losses. Now we had 2 trades there, or 3 trades there. That'd be 3% in each one. That's 9%, and we had 1 loss. That's 8% up. Like I said, doesn't always win. Just you have to stick to the strategy and try and stick to the flow of it. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah. So we'll just quickly go through the process itself. Okay. So we need the 15-minute alarm on. Okay, that's for buy or sell. We then, once the alarm goes off, we need to check the 1 hour, the 4 hour to make sure they're in the same direction. We also need to check the 1 hour support resistance area, okay, to make sure it's on the 1 hour, okay, because the alarm goes off at the 15, just check back to the 1 hour. We also need a good strong candle away, okay, push away, and if you had a fair value gap, ideal. If you could, but if not, no problem. Then we set an alarm for the breaker structure. Once the breaker structure has happened and the alarm goes off, okay, you can then set a pending, okay, with the indicator. It will prints off this, basically the entry, this take profit, and the stop loss. So you do it for you. And then you wait for the retest. Once you set the pending, okay, now you can leave it for a couple of days, or it's up to yourself, but you can keep an eye on it. You know, after the weekend, you can take them off as well. So when it gets Friday, you can just take all your pendings off if you want, if they haven't hit. You can close all trades on Friday if you wish. It's up to yourself. Like I said, I would only pick 10 pairs for now and go with that. So if you like the indicator itself, please get in touch and we can sort something out. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the indicator, and if you have any questions about it at all, please get in touch and let's have a chat. Thanks a lot. Bye.